Hey guys, King Swamp here for another video about Ark. Today's tame we'll be talking about the horse, which is known as the Equus. I'll show you where to find it on the island, how to tame it, and what its uses are. So it is a passive tame, but it has a gimmick to it. And when we find one, I'll explain how to do it. We will be using kibble for this tame, simple kibble. They also do take rock carrots would be the second best thing you can give them. You can farm those, or you have to find the seeds and then make a farm to grow them, or you can go on Ragnarok. Ragnarok is actually wild spawns and has the most common spawn points for the Equus. But I'm going to show you where to find it on the island. Alright, with all that being said, let's get to it. The mount we will take will be... because it is kind of small, so seeing it from the air will be hard. Let's take Ivy. Give Ivy some level ups. Oh, before I forget, I also want to bring a saddle. So when we tame one, we can go ahead and hop on. You don't actually need a saddle to ride them. You can ride them without a saddle. But you almost always want to equip one on it. Because not only do the saddles provide armor for your dino, which means it'll take less damage in combat, but an Equus with a saddle also works as a mobile mortar pestle. So you can craft narcotics and all kinds of other chemicals in it. And it has a very good weight stat. So you can hold a lot more than a normal mortar and pestle can. Let me see if I have a blueprint for an Equus saddle. I do. It's a lot of wood, a lot of stone, a lot of hide, and a lot of fiber. Do I have enough hide yet? No. Alright, we have the hide. Fiber comes next. Then wood. 1320. That's a lot of wood. How much? 1,300? Is that what it wanted? Yep. That's a lot of wood. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop that stuff there, so then we can pick up the rest of the wood that we need. Kind of throw it on the ground. We have 2 minutes to pick it up, so we need to not forget about it. the same thing with stone. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 858 wood. 9, 1058. It's still not enough. Making high-end saddles is very costly. What's your weight? 546. And how much stone did we need? Wrong bag. Need to pick this up before. Excuse me. Should have done this off stream. Sorry, guys. It's just a whole lot of stone. Alright, that should be enough for the stone. I gotta do the same thing with the wood. I just picked up all the stone by accident. This isn't gonna work. It's just too much to carry. Gonna have to do this in a dinosaur's inventory. So we're just gonna grab a saddle off one that we already have. Come on, man. I just want to get to the damn stone. Alright, let's get this rolling. We're looking for the landscape to kind of change. Right now there's like these big oak trees in front of us. We're looking for more like these trees up ahead. Once that landscape changes, that's where the horse has one of the spawns on the island. They're also more up north. But we would need a flyer to get there, just because it's a long distance. Creatures do aggro on the horse, and the horse runs away. They do not defend themselves. When we do find one, we have to make sure not to startle it, because they do run like the Mesopithecus monkey did. So let's go ahead and put the kibble in our last inventory slot. Because we have to sneak up behind them, and then there'll be a button prompt. When you hit the button prompt, the horse will start to do an animation where it looks like like a cowboy about to giddy up. And then you press the prompt button again, which on the Xbox it's usually Y. And then it'll force you to hop on to the Equus. Then it's going to gallop around. You have no control over where the Equus goes once you're riding it before it's tamed. And then at random intervals, it'll buck its hind legs or its front legs up into the air. And then you'll have to press the Y button again, and that'll increase the taming process. When it rears up in the air, that's when you feed it the feeding item. Like I said, as long as you pay attention and follow the button prompts, you are at the mercy of where the horse decides to travel, though. So far, I'm not seeing any. I see something running in the background. Looks like a parasaur. Being chased by Dilla. Oh, a Microraptor? Here? That's a surprise. Ivy, come back. We don't need you to run to that theory. I don't believe that theory would, I don't think you'd survive that fight. Thank you for defending me, though. Did you knock out that Microraptor by any chance? No. What's that? Oh, that's a snail. Alright, I'm starting to see snakes, so we're getting too close to the swamp. Let's double back. Oh yeah, I forgot. Packies have a hard time with bugs because they're short. Hitbox is too short. I'll hop off. Alright, you're fine now, Ivy. Mm. Say hi to your Packy pal. Jesus Christ, more of these dumb things. They're annoying because their bite reduces stamina. We just ran right into that skinny tree. He's over here. What hit us? More bugs. These ones are on the ground. I see some boxes. Can these be claimed? What's belong? Yes, they can. Element dust. Element. All this stuff can be. You know what? I might have to postpone the. That's free stuff for me. I'll make a mental note of that area. I don't see any horses here, which I don't. That parasaur was chasing the raptor. Get out of here. Alright, let's go home. I need to bring a dino with a lot of weight. Stupid bioma. Oh, that is a pretty tapajara. Get out of the way, fool. Hungry. Not sure what stopped us there. Oh, I jumped way too late. lag. Lag interrupted our charge. Alright, we're almost home. I don't know what hit me there, but I don't want to take time to find out. That theory right there. Oh, got piranha on us. Fill the water. Yeah, we're just gonna hop back in the water. Alright, thank you for your service, buddy. But we are going to move on and use our trusty and let's see if we can find that treasure trove of supplies. Came through here. But we weren't at the swamp yet. I want to say it's this way. Yep. Alright, element shards. Definitely handy to have. Element dust. That can be used to make element, which is a very rare resource on the island. The rest of these are empty. We're just going to demolish them, reduce server traffic, because the owner is not coming back for these. Throw away some stuff that we don't need. Wood, thatch, fiber, we're good with that. We're good with that stuff. Crystal. That's a lot of crystal. Polymer. Uh-oh. Should have done the bag up top first, because I think that bag's gone now. Oh, there's a polymer bag. Pelt. And gas. Go ahead and eat these mushrooms. So all this stuff is... I only ate the mushrooms to recover food. They make you temporarily blind. Scrap that boy. Alright, I'll come back in the future for the rest of that stuff. Let's continue our hunt for the horse. I need a big open prairie. Not all these trees. Alright, so no horse at that end. Maybe we can find one here. Here's another open prairie. But unfortunately the sun is setting. Alright, we're gonna just fly back to base. And then what we're going to do, when I do get back to base, we're going to switch over to the Ragnarok map. I'm gonna put the kibble back in the refrigerator so it doesn't spoil quicker. I'm gonna log off in my bed. And then we are going to Ragnarok. I have a character already established on that map. I just don't have the kibble. Any kibble there.
So I'm gonna have to go to the spawn point where the carrots are, pull the carrots, and then find our horse. As you can tell, I'm a fan of the skeleton wyverns. I'm a skeleton too. Oops. There's some beginning lag here. Supposed to be hopping on the wyvern, but right now I'm just in limbo. It's because this base is so large. Game needs time to catch up, loading it all in. That's the downside to having a large base. Alright, can we go now or what? What's the deal here? Step 1, find carrots. Oh, do we have more? There's a horse. We just need the carrots. Alright, those are savor root. Carrots are right here. How many did we get? 20. They do spoil quickly. So you want to gather as much as you can. That's it. Alright, let's go find us a horse. That one's level 100, so that's perfect. That'll do for it. Let me just check real quick how many carrots the horse needs on the Dodo Dex app. Level 100. 22 carrots, and we only have 20. So, we either need to find a lower level Equus or get more carrots. I know there's another waterfall along the edge of the map. There's a lighthouse. Where more carrots spawn. Alright, there are more carrots right here. $32. Alright, that's our target horse. Oh, I think I see another one in the distance. I actually like the colors on that one better. That one looks darker. Alright, level 25. Level's not that high, but I do need the colors for my collection. I don't have an Equus with those dark colors yet. So we want to get it, we don't want to approach it from the front because it'll get scared away. So we need to go up to it from behind. So what it did was you feed it as it's eating, you press the Y button to hop on top. It's going to rear up in the air. You want to press the Y button again, and that'll start the taming process. I'm not touching the controller. It is randomly galloping on its own. When it stops and rears up again, you press the Y button, and right there, it feeds it. Now, again, I'm not controlling the Equus at all, so you're at the mercy of wherever it chooses to gallop. And now we're stuck on a branch. If you fail to feed it in the time that it rears up in the air, it'll kick you off. And then it'll run away. You'll have to wait a few minutes before you can tame it again. It'll keep the taming process that you had originally, but if you take too long, it'll start to deplete. Excuse me. And you pretty much just rinse and repeat till it's tamed. You also want to make sure there's no predators around the area, because if it runs into trouble and takes damage, it'll reset the entire process over. Kind of glad we didn't go for the level 100 now, because this is only level 25 and it would take 4 times the amount of time this is taking to tame.
But you can do it at any level. So if you're just starting out, especially on this map, Ragnarok, you can even spawn on this side of the map when you begin. Alright, it is now officially ours and we can control it. It's got a great sprint speed. Its stamina is phenomenal. Stamina drain is really low. Can jump. Let's find out what gender it is. It's a boy. We're gonna name him Dark Horse. After the Katy Perry song. It can harvest bushes for berries, which it will eat. Once it stops lagging. If you put a saddle on it, as I said before, it acts as a mobile mortar and pestle. So you can craft narcotics on the go with it. And other things that you can, like spark powder, cementic paste. What's our melee? Because that's an important stat to have. Because the horse, in addition to its biting attack, which it also uses to harvest berries, it has a mule kick with the left trigger. This mule kick provides a significant amount of torpor to the target. Out of all the torpor-inducing dinos, not including the basilisk, your melee damage scales with the torpor that it deals. So I believe it's one of the most effective tames when inducing torpor. Because like the scorpion and the frog, their torpor increments accumulate more slowly. So if you attack your target rapidly, you'll often kill them with the damage they deal alone with the attacks. Yet with the Equus, the damage that its rear kick does is minimal, but it applies a heavy amount of torpor. So we'll find something to knock out. Have the wyvern follow us so we don't have to ride back here. I personally use the Equus as my main method to knock out even larger dinos. I tame Spinos, Rexes. Haven't tried it with a Giga yet. So let's start with this trike. You have to make sure you get in a certain position. Now the rear kick does use a lot of stamina, so you should... Uh-oh. Being attacked.
I don't want this horse to die because I do need it for its color. But that trike that we gave like 4 kicks is running away from us now because it's about to pass out. So we're gonna let my wyvern just keep that trike occupied while we're gonna hunt down this trike. We're not gonna tame it because it's a low level. We don't really need it. Oh, let's turn around to charge. And there we go. Knocked out. With the Gallimimus. The Gallimimus is one of the fastest land creatures, so I doubt we'll be able to tame it. Yeah. But you used to be able to use Ebola on them to stop them in their tracks, but they, at a certain patch update, they made the Gallimimus a different weight level, a drag level, and then the regular Bola didn't work on them anymore. But I'll talk more about the Gallimimus in a future stream. Alright, a third thing, and this is just purely for cosmetics or for just like a taunt. If you press down on the joystick, it'll rear your horse back and he'll neigh. Alright, so now that we have our horse, I'll go ahead and show how to successfully transfer a dino from one map to another. You can do it in 2 ways. You can put it in a cryopod and then put the cryopod in your data slot. Oh, I'll show you when we get to the obelisk. We're going for the red obelisk. You can also do it at a supply drop, but the supply drops have a limited amount of time before they disappear, or another player could come and take the stuff out of it and cause it to despawn. So I usually use the obelisks to do, or a transmitter once you hit endgame, which pretty much works as a miniature obelisk that you can build for transferring stuff. Anyway, you can put it in a cryopod and treat it as an item. You'll have to wait for the 15-minute cooldown of transferring items once you do pod a dino. And transfer it that way. Or you could do it if you don't have any cryopods. You have to physically bring the dino to the obelisk, which is what I'm doing now. Make sure the dino's in within a fairly reasonable proximity to the console of the obelisk. Go to your creatures tab. Find the corresponding creature you want to upload, which would be Dark Horse. Highlight it, hit the upload creature button. Anything in its inventory will drop to the ground once uploaded, and he is now in our uploaded tames tab. So we can close out of this. As you can see, the saddle dropped. And he is now essentially in limbo. And he'll be in limbo for 24 hours. So if for whatever reason you don't return to an obelisk and download him to an arc, he will just be erased completely and you'll never see him again. Also, if you pod a dino and then release it, it will have a 12, like it could be as little as 30 minutes to 24-hour cooldown before you can transfer it in this method. So what I usually do, since I use the wyverns as my main transport most of the times, if the dino can be carried, I just carry the dino to the obelisk.
If the dino cannot be carried, I'll just put it in a cryopod and upload it in my ARC data that way. So I'm going to fly back to base, and then we're going to go back to the island, and I'll show you how to re-upload your dino, or download your dino from the obelisk. And that way you can, if you want to travel between maps or have multiple characters, you can share your dinos this way through your multiple characters. You can only have one character per map, but let's say, for example, just what happened. We couldn't find an Equus on the island, so we came to Ragnarok, where they're the most common. And if you don't want to stay on Ragnarok, you're just here for the horses, you could just, once you tame as many horses as you want, put them in the obelisk, upload them, go back to the island or whatever your home map is, download them there, then they can stay there. And that's a way for players, if they get tired of living on one map, they just upload all their stuff into the obelisk and go to the map of their choice and then download everything there. That way you're not like locked on one map. However, the rules change for that on unofficial servers and clusters. There are certain things you can and can't transfer among ARCs. But for official, that's the general rule of what I just explained. Back to the island. Alright, this object right here is the tech transmitter. You unlock it after defeating the alpha dragon on the island. If I did not have it, I would have to go back to any obelisk, red, blue, or green. Doesn't have to be like, since we uploaded on the red one in Ragnarok, we don't exactly have to go to the red one on the island. You can go to any obelisk. Any supply drop you can also withdraw it from. So because we're right here and because I have access to it, we're just going to use it. So you go back in the creatures tab. You go to the uploaded tame creatures, highlight it, and he is now ours. Now because he just was transferred, he has 24 hours before he can be transferred again to another map. Oops. I used so much stamina, it made Made our horse pass out instead. So yeah, because this horse has a low level, his stamina is pretty low. But if you want him to wake up, you just give him some stim berries, or he'll wake up on his own eventually. Is he following me while unconscious? That's crazy. I did not know that was a thing. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely gonna have to make a short out of this. What's that saying? No use in beating a dead horse? Well, he's not dead. I'm dragging an unconscious horse. When do you wake up? Because this is starting to creep me out. Alright, he's now awake. So we'll bring him inside. I'll introduce him to my best horse, Rocket. Rocket already has a saddle. And see, because he has a saddle, I can craft any of these. Whereas Dark Horse, no saddle, doesn't have those options. Alright, so that's it for the Equus. Report card wise, I definitely give this dino an A. It is definitely top 10 favorite, even though it's not a dinosaur, but I'll just say Art Tames then. Definitely top 10, possibly top 5. I use them often for transport, good speed, good stamina. For taming purposes, definitely. Like the melee on Rockets, 611. So I can tame a lot of dinos in like 3 or 4 hind kicks, depending on the target and its level. The saddle gives it the increased armor, weight reduction for some basic items, mobile mortar and pestle. Just basically a great dino altogether. So it definitely gets my seal of approval, and I highly recommend it. Great for starters, great for beginners, great mid game, and late game I use it to tame. You might have to do some breeding if you're having trouble finding a good melee stat. And you also want to pump health and stamina in them too, so they can survive, especially if you're taming a dangerous carnivore. Alright, that's it for the Equus. I'll go ahead and end the stream, and I will see you guys. Let's see, I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow. Probably not. So, possibly Sunday. Hope everyone who celebrates St. Patrick's Day has a fun, safe night, and I'll see you guys later.